Ever wonder how some of the things we use every day actually came to be? Things like forks, jeans, and coffee. They're so normal to us now, but they've got surprisingly fascinating backstories. Grab a seat, because we're about to dive into the secret origins of common everyday items you probably never thought twice about. All right, first up, the humble fork. Today, it's one of the most basic utensils, but for centuries, people thought eating with a fork was scandalous. They even called it an insult to God's handiwork because, well, why use a fork when you've got perfectly good fingers? Forks actually date back to ancient Egypt and Greece, but they were really more like two-pronged spears, and only the wealthy used them. Fast forward to the Middle Ages in Europe, when a Byzantine princess married into Italian royalty, she brought forks with her. People were horrified. They thought it was strange and kind of arrogant. It took until the 18th century before forks finally caught on across Europe, and today, we barely even think about them. Imagine explaining to someone back then that this little tool would one day be totally normal. Next, let's talk about jeans. We all have a pair in our closet, but they started out as workwear for miners and gold prospectors in the 1800s. Levi Strauss, a German immigrant, teamed up with a tailor named Jacob Davis, and together, they patented this durable, blue-dyed fabric reinforced with metal rivets. These pants were made to last, and miners loved them because they could withstand pretty much anything. It wasn't until the 1950s that jeans really took off as everyday wear, especially with teenagers. Thanks to icons like James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause, jeans became cool, even a little rebellious. Nowadays, they're worn by everyone, from cowboys to fashion models. Who would have guessed they'd go from dusty mines to runway shows? And then there's coffee, our morning lifesaver. Can you imagine a world without coffee? Legend has it that coffee was first discovered by a goat herder in Ethiopia named Kaldi. He noticed that his goats were going wild after eating some red berries. Curious, he tried them himself and felt a sudden burst of energy. Eventually, coffee made its way to the Middle East, where it was brewed and enjoyed in cafes called kave khane. These cafes became cultural hubs where people gathered to chat, debate, and share ideas. The drink was so popular that it spread to Europe, but it wasn't always welcomed with open arms. Some people called coffee the bitter invention of Satan, until Pope Clement VIII blessed it and declared it suitable for Christians. And the rest, as they say, is history. Today, coffee is an essential part of life worldwide. So there you have it, the fork, jeans, and coffee, each one with a past as interesting as it is unexpected. These everyday items may seem ordinary, but they have stories that go back centuries and have traveled across continents to be with us today. Next time you sip your coffee or slip into your jeans, remember, they're not just things, they're pieces of history. If you enjoyed this little journey through time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that make the ordinary feel extraordinary. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.